The Sun's transit through Taurus from May 15th to June 15th, 2025, marks an event that carries profound energetic shifts on both personal and collective levels. Taurus, an earth sign ruled by Venus, is known for its steadiness, sensuality, love for comfort, and deep connection to material resources and values. When the radiant sun, the significator of the soul, authority, confidence, and vitality, moves into this grounded and materially inclined sign, it brings focus to themes of stability, financial security, self-worth, and persistence. Unlike the fiery dynamism of Aries, where the sun has just completed its transit, Taurus calls for a more measured, calm, and deliberate approach. This period encourages us to consolidate our gains, build firm foundations, and reevaluate what truly holds value in our lives. The influence of the sun in Taurus is deeply connected with physical and emotional security. People become more concerned with their possessions, their routines, and creating a sense of safety and reliability in their environments. This is an excellent time to slow down, reconnect with the senses, and develop a sustainable rhythm of living. While Taurus is not about dramatic change, it is about endurance, consistency, and aligning actions with long-term goals. As the sun transits through this fixed earth sign, there is a tendency for egos to be stubborn, and decision-making may slow down. It also provides the patience and perseverance needed to stick with practical plans and see them through. A unique astrological backdrop adds layers of complexity and depth to this sun transit. Saturn, currently transiting Pisces, forms a third aspect on the sun in Taurus, which introduces a serious and karmic undertone to this period. Saturn's influence here demands accountability, patience, and the necessity of dealing with past karma, especially in matters related to finances, health, and authority figures. The Saturn-Sun aspect may suppress the full expression of the Sun's vitality, resulting in potential ego clashes, delays in recognition, or a feeling of limitation and pressure, particularly in leadership roles or professional responsibilities. If approached with discipline and humility, this aspect helps channel solar energy into structured efforts that yield long-lasting results. Adding to the transformative landscape is Jupiter's entry into Gemini on May 14th, just a day before the Sun moves into Taurus. This shift is highly significant. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and optimism, will now be influencing the air element, bringing more curiosity, intellectual growth, and communication-oriented learning. While the Sun remains in Taurus, Jupiter's move into Gemini enhances the interplay between material security and mental flexibility. This combination urges individuals to find a balance between tangible resources and mental pursuits, practicality, and adaptability. It's a fertile time to reimagine financial strategies, invest in skill-based learning, and explore multiple sources of income. Mars is currently transiting through Cancer, its sign of debilitation, until June 7th, when it will move into Leo. Mars, representing action, aggression, and initiative, is weakened in Cancer, making individuals more emotionally reactive, passive-aggressive, or defensive. This diminishes the Sun's usual assertiveness while in Taurus, and can delay decisions or make individuals more susceptible to emotional turmoil, particularly in domestic or financial matters. Once Mars moves into Leo, it will revitalize courage and initiative, aligning more harmoniously with the solar energy. Until then, caution is needed to avoid impulsive emotional decisions. Another major shift happens with Rahu and Ketu, the lunar nodes, changing signs on May 18th. Rahu will enter Aquarius, its own sign, and Ketu will move into Leo. This nodal shift dramatically alters the spiritual and karmic atmosphere. Rahu in Aquarius brings a surge of innovation, technology, humanitarian causes, and collective evolution, while Ketu in Leo calls for detachment from egocentric behaviors, self-aggrandizement, and personal pride. These placements are especially potent because Rahu becomes exceptionally powerful in Aquarius. With the Sun in Taurus during this shift, there may be a clash between the desire for personal stability and the larger, collective push towards reform, detachment, and advancement. This tension might manifest in global financial systems, technological innovations affecting personal livelihoods, or a growing interest in minimalist and sustainable lifestyles. Venus, the Lord of Taurus, plays an important role during this period. Venus is currently exalted in Pisces, which enhances the artistic, romantic, and compassionate dimensions of life. This exaltation adds grace and aesthetic appreciation to the Sun's transit in Taurus, favoring pursuits in arts, beauty, luxury, and spiritual love. However, Venus will move into Aries on May 31st, where it becomes more impulsive, self-focused, and fiery. This shift may stir restlessness or competition in relationships and financial matters. The first half of the transit, when Venus is exalted, supports building harmonious relationships and financial growth through grace and diplomacy. After May 31st, one must guard against hasty spending, self-indulgence, or ego clashes in love matters. Mercury, the planet of communication and intellect, is also actively shaping this transit. It will enter Taurus on May 23rd, joining the Sun, and bringing a sharp focus on financial conversations, negotiations, planning, and commercial activities. This conjunction supports grounded, practical decision-making and the development of long-term strategies. On June 6th, Mercury will move into Gemini, its own sign, enhancing mental agility and communication further. The final week of the Sun's transit in Taurus will then shift toward a more dynamic and talkative energy, just as the solar energy begins to prepare for the Sun's upcoming ingress into Gemini. Taken together, this Sun transit through Taurus is deeply influenced by grounding forces, yet it exists within a rapidly evolving planetary landscape. The emphasis on material security, value systems, and emotional grounding is strong, yet tempered by Saturn's sobering aspect, Jupiter's shift into an air sign, the emotional undercurrents of a debilitated Mars, and the transformative shifts of Rahu and Ketu. This is a time when people will feel a pressing need to solidify their foundations, reassess what truly matters to them, and align their actions with deeper spiritual or collective ideals. Wherever the Sun goes in transit for 1 month, our soul and our focus go into things related to that house. A person will feel gravitated, motivated, or even forced to take up things related to the house where the Sun is moving. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current Dasha period. This transit may manifest differently for each individual, and how they navigate this transit will depend on their personal charts. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining the Sun's Ashtakavarga score in Taurus. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit are contingent on Sun's interaction with the planets in individual birth charts. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Sun Dasha periods may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, the Sun's transit into Taurus holds significant implications as it illuminates the second house of family, wealth, speech, and accumulated assets. This transit creates a heightened focus on financial matters and family relationships, prompting both opportunities and challenges. As the ruler of the fifth house, the Sun carries themes of creativity, learning, passion, and personal pursuits into the domain of wealth and familial connections. During this period, you may find yourself becoming more authoritative in family discussions. The Sun's energy amplifies your sense of responsibility and leadership within the household. However, this can lead to conflicts if your tone becomes overly commanding or rigid. While your intentions may stem from a place of care and a desire to ensure stability, your approach might not always be well received by family members. Open and empathetic communication becomes important to avoid misunderstandings or strained relationships. Expressing your emotions in a more heartfelt and less direct manner could foster greater harmony in domestic matters. Financially, this is a phase where you could see significant gains if you channel your efforts strategically. The second house emphasizes savings, investments, and wealth accumulation, and with the Sun's transit, you're likely to feel driven to secure your financial future. If you're involved in speculative ventures such as the stock market, exercise caution and seek expert advice before making decisions. While the Sun's presence could bring lucrative opportunities, impulsive actions or overconfidence might lead to losses. Professionally, this transit brings a wave of opportunities that can boost your career growth and reputation. You're likely to take on leadership roles and initiatives with great confidence, which could lead to recognition and advancements. However, your assertiveness might come across as domineering to colleagues or superiors, which could lead to friction. Striking a balance between demonstrating authority and maintaining collaborative relationships is essential. If you're in the sales or customer-facing roles, be mindful of your tone and body language, as minor missteps could impact outcomes negatively. For students, the Sun's influence in the second house creates an environment conducive to academic success. Your ability to grasp concepts and perform well in competitive exams is enhanced. If you're pursuing higher education, this transit could bring noteworthy achievements and recognition, boosting your self-esteem and setting a strong foundation for future endeavors. The fifth house's link to learning and intelligence combined with the second house's emphasis on speech suggests that presentations, debates, and academic discussions could become areas where you excel. Health-wise, this transit advises caution, particularly concerning issues related to the eyes, teeth, and digestion. The Sun's fiery nature can create imbalances, so maintaining proper hygiene and avoiding excessive screen time is recommended. Pay attention to your diet, steering clear of junk and overly spicy foods to prevent stomach issues such as acidity or inflammation. Regular exercise and hydration will help maintain both your physical and mental well-being during this period. On a personal level, the Sun's influence in the second house may create moments of introspection regarding your self-worth and values. This transit often prompts individuals to evaluate how their talents and efforts are perceived and rewarded. If you're engaged in creative or intellectual pursuits, this is a favorable time to channel your skills into projects that not only bring monetary gains but also align with your personal passions and aspirations. Initiating ventures like a social media blog or artistic endeavor could prove rewarding, provided your broader planetary period supports such endeavors. Family dynamics during this transit might feel a bit tense, especially if underlying issues or unspoken grievances come to the surface. Differences of opinion with relatives or disagreements over financial matters could arise, particularly concerning ancestral property or shared assets. These disputes may extend to larger familial conflicts, such as discord between siblings or generational clashes within the family structure. Practicing patience and focusing on transparent, respectful dialogue can help mitigate the impact of these tensions. Marriage and relationships are also highlighted during this transit. If you're in a committed relationship, discussions about merging resources or expanding your family could take focus. For those considering marriage, this transit's energy supports taking the next step, as it signifies the expansion of familial bonds. Existing relationships may require extra effort to maintain harmony, especially if one partner feels overwhelmed by the other's dominant energy. Being mindful of your partner's perspective and adopting a collaborative approach can help strengthen your bond. The fifth house's association with romance and creativity finds an interesting interplay with the second house's emphasis on wealth and values. If you're pursuing a love marriage, family resistance might create obstacles. This period could also bring hidden issues to the forefront, requiring both patience and determination to address. On a brighter note, if you're expecting a child, the Sun's energy supports expansion and joy within the family, marking this as a transformative phase for your household. Entrepreneurs and individuals in creative professions could find this transit particularly auspicious. The Sun's influence encourages innovation and the exploration of hobbies or passions as viable career paths. Whether you're launching a new business, starting a side hustle, or exploring a creative field, this transit's energy supports success, provided you're diligent and persistent. It's also worth noting that the Sun's interaction with Saturn during this transit adds a layer of complexity. Saturn's influence often brings delays or lessons in areas it touches, which might manifest as challenges in property disputes, family agreements, or workplace negotiations. Viewing these obstacles as opportunities for growth and maintaining a disciplined approach can help you emerge stronger and more resilient. This transit also sheds light on speech and communication. While your words may carry authority and conviction, there's a risk of coming across as blunt or harsh. This is especially significant for Aries individuals involved in roles that require persuasive communication, such as sales, teaching, or client-facing interactions. By tempering your directness with empathy, you can avoid unnecessary conflicts and foster more meaningful connections with others. Finally, Aries individuals should remain cautious about unnecessary expenses during this period. While the Sun's energy can amplify financial gains, it may also prompt impulsive spending. Adopting a pragmatic approach to money management and seeking expert advice for major investments will help you navigate this transit successfully. Avoid speculative ventures unless you're confident in your strategy and have assessed potential risks thoroughly. Overall, the Sun's transit into Taurus offers Aries individuals a powerful opportunity to strengthen their financial foundation, enhance their leadership skills, and foster growth in personal and professional domains. By embracing patience, empathy, and strategic planning, you can harness this transit's energy to achieve lasting success and fulfillment in various aspects of life. For Taurus, the Sun's transit into first house signifies a period of heightened focus on self-awareness, identity, and life direction. During this time, your attention shifts inward, prompting an introspection of your personal goals and ambitions. As the Sun, ruling the fourth house of domestic happiness and maternal support, moves into your first house of self and personality, this transit marks a period of significant self-expression and enhanced confidence. You may notice an increase in recognition and respect in your social and professional spheres, accompanied by a charm in your personality that draws others toward you. As the Sun energizes your first house, you are likely to experience a surge in vitality and determination. This period emphasizes self-improvement, encouraging you to focus on your health and appearance. You may find yourself making decisive efforts toward personal and professional development. The natural charisma you exude during this time can open doors to new opportunities, both in your career and personal life. It is important to maintain a balance between confidence and humility. Overconfidence, if unchecked, could be perceived as arrogance, potentially straining relationships with colleagues and loved ones. Your professional life sees a boost as the sun's influence enhances your leadership abilities and decision-making skills. This is an opportune time to complete pending tasks and take the initiative on projects that require bold and independent thinking. Recognition from higher management and peers is likely, and you may find yourself in an advantageous position to negotiate for career advancements or financial rewards. It is essential to temper any tendencies toward a dominating or aggressive approach, as this could lead to conflicts, especially with subordinates. By cultivating patience and diplomacy, you can navigate workplace challenges more effectively. If you are involved in real estate or related fields, you may experience significant gains. Emotionally, this transit promotes stability and satisfaction, allowing you to manage your feelings with greater control and clarity. Financially, the sun's transit in Taurus helps stabilize expenses, especially if you have been dealing with unnecessary or excessive spending. This period may bring opportunities for financial growth, including benefits from property dealings or ventures related to vehicles. It is wise to exercise caution and avoid overindulgence in luxuries. Keeping a watchful eye on your budget will ensure sustained financial security. Health-wise, the sun's position in your first house can be a double-edged sword. While it enhances your physical energy and vitality, it may also exacerbate issues related to dryness, such as skin problems, stomach disorders, or sleep disturbances. Maintaining a balanced lifestyle is important during this time. Incorporate physical activities like meditation into your daily routine to promote overall well-being. Staying hydrated and adopting a nutritious diet will further aid in maintaining good health. In personal relationships, the sun's assertive energy may lead to occasional clashes, especially with your spouse or partner. Your heightened confidence and independent streak could be misinterpreted as stubbornness or dominance. To maintain harmony, practice empathy and patience, ensuring that open communication prevails over conflict. For those navigating disputes or disagreements, this transit offers the potential for resolution, provided you approach situations with a calm and composed demeanor. This period is also marked by the fulfillment of long-held desires or ambitions. Whether it is starting a new venture or pursuing a long-cherished dream, the sun's transit encourages bold steps toward achieving your goals. If you are preparing for competitive exams, particularly for roles in government, law enforcement, or judiciary, this transit boosts your chances of success. The sun's influence aligns with endeavors requiring determination, discipline, and focus, making it a favorable time for professional growth. The influence of the fourth house lord in the first house further enhances the sense of support and security derived from family. During this transit, your family members play a pivotal role in encouraging and backing your efforts. Their unwavering support instills confidence, enabling you to navigate challenges with greater ease. This familial encouragement may also inspire you to invest in long-term assets, such as property or vehicles, adding to your overall sense of stability and comfort. For those involved in politics or public service, this transit indicates a period of significant progress. The sun's energy enhances your ability to command attention and gain public trust, paving the way for advancements in your political career. Similarly, individuals in fields related to science or research may find this time particularly rewarding, as the sun's influence fosters intellectual growth and innovative thinking. While this transit brings numerous opportunities for growth and recognition, it is not without its challenges. The sun's fiery nature may occasionally lead to bouts of impatience or frustration. Managing your temper and maintaining a grounded approach will be key to navigating these moments effectively. The sun's influence on the first house may prompt a desire for control, which could strain interpersonal dynamics if not tempered with understanding and compromise. The transit's impact on your marital life deserves special attention. The sun's assertive energy may create friction, necessitating conscious efforts to nurture harmony and mutual respect. Avoid undertaking unnecessary journeys during this time, as they may lead to stress or unforeseen complications. Instead, focus on strengthening your existing relationships and building a supportive environment at home. Overall, the sun's transit into Taurus offers a period of self-empowerment and renewed vigor. By embracing the opportunities it brings and addressing its challenges with grace, you can make significant strides in your personal and professional life. Cultivate a balanced approach, prioritizing both your ambitions and your relationships, to fully harness the transformative energy of this transit. With the support of family and a clear sense of purpose, this period holds the promise of substantial growth and fulfillment. Gemini individuals are likely to experience a phase of mixed results during the transit of the Sun into Taurus, as this movement activates your 12th house, the domain of expenditure, losses, foreign travel, isolation, and spiritual awakening. Since the Sun rules your 3rd house, which signifies siblings, communication, efforts, and short journeys. Its journey into the 12th house creates a dynamic where your personal will and efforts get channeled into behind-the-scenes work, solitude, spiritual pursuits, or distant, foreign engagements. The transit essentially brings an inward pull, a desire to withdraw, reflect, and reevaluate priorities in life. This is a time when you may find yourself craving solitude. The usual enthusiasm to communicate or assert yourself publicly might reduce, as the inner self begins to call for attention. You may naturally gravitate towards meditation, spiritual reading, retreats, or visiting holy places. If you have been contemplating learning astrology, or any form of spiritual science, this period supports such growth. Your third lord moving into the 12th suggests that spiritual knowledge and seclusion will bear fruit when you put in consistent, sincere efforts. This also means that your day-to-day courage and enthusiasm might feel low or get diverted into matters that don't yield immediate, visible results. The need for patience becomes vital. Professionally, this transit could be a golden period for those who are working with foreign clients or MNCs, or those involved in export-import businesses. You may be presented with opportunities to travel abroad for work or spiritual reasons. Applications for visas, job roles in other countries, or educational pursuits overseas may gain traction during this time. People who are engaged in research, laboratory work, or behind-the-scenes tasks will find this period supportive and aligned with their efforts. However, if you're involved in regular business or local ventures, you may see a decline in profits. Partnerships might also become tricky. Delays and misunderstandings are possible, and therefore it is better to rely on individual effort rather than collaborative ventures. The 12th house not only relates to foreign lands and spiritual growth but also symbolizes losses, financial and emotional. You might experience unexpected expenditures, possibly due to health concerns, travel plans, or unwise financial decisions. Avoid speculative investments during this time. There is a possibility that overtrusting people, especially online or in social circles, may lead to financial setbacks. Hidden enemies might try to deceive or manipulate, so keep your eyes open and avoid making emotional or impulsive decisions. This is also a time when you may face certain health concerns. The sun's placement here weakens your vitality. Immunity may drop, leading to infections, fatigue, fever, insomnia, or even issues related to the eyes or head. These health concerns may prevent you from giving your best in personal or professional situations, potentially creating misunderstandings or a sense of failure. Therefore, it is strongly advised to maintain a strict health routine. Include daily meditation, light exercise, and a disciplined diet to preserve your well-being and maintain mental clarity. Don't ignore small symptoms. Attending to your health early can prevent long-term complications. The sun's direct aspect on the 6th house also brings a peculiar strength. It energizes your ability to deal with enemies, disputes, or legal issues. If you are dealing with any court case or ongoing conflict, this may be the time when decisions are made in your favor. Professionally, your assertiveness can help you outshine competitors or overcome obstacles. Yet, be careful of adopting an overly authoritative tone, especially with seniors or subordinates, as it may backfire and lead to clashes. Diplomacy and tact are your best tools during this transit. While your health and finances may require attention, your personal relationships appear to be relatively stable. You might find yourself spending quality time with siblings, family, or close friends, perhaps even having heartfelt conversations that heal or strengthen bonds. Be mindful of creating emotional distance due to your inward focus. In married life, things may remain stable unless you let work stress, financial pressure, or health concerns spill into your relationships. Small disputes can escalate if not handled with calmness and maturity. With the 3rd house lord transiting the 12th house, communication becomes a double-edged sword. You must be cautious with what you say and how you say it, especially online. There is potential for misunderstandings or for your words to be taken out of context, which could lead to losses, monetary or reputational. This is not the right time to take sides in any controversy or indulge in gossip or unnecessary debates. Keep a low profile and use this phase to reevaluate your inner beliefs, ideals, and long-term spiritual or career direction. If you have younger siblings, they may either travel or create some distance from you during this time. This could be physical distance due to relocation or simply a reduction in communication. Also, your immediate surroundings or neighborhood may change in some way, either due to your own relocation or changes in your environment. If you've been considering moving abroad or to a more spiritually inclined or quieter place, this transit may bring the right moment to take that leap. Those already preparing for foreign settlement or jobs abroad are likely to see strong movement during this phase, provided other dasha and planetary alignments support the shift. On the downside, if you are going through a difficult dasha or planetary period, your efforts may feel unproductive. You may invest energy and resources into a goal and still face delays or losses. You could get caught in minor disputes that escalate or face punishments for seemingly small mistakes. In extreme cases, especially under negative dashas, this transit could bring legal troubles, sudden hospitalization, or a need to isolate yourself due to emotional burnout. In such cases, the best remedy is introspection, acceptance, and quiet redirection rather than resistance. The key to mastering this sun transit lies in awareness and inner discipline. Channel the sun's energy toward conscious self-development instead of chasing outer validation. Refrain from unnecessary expenses, control impulsive reactions, and do not overburden yourself with tasks that lack spiritual or long-term value. If possible, retreat for a few days, be it to nature, a temple, a yoga center, or simply into solitude, and allow your mind and soul to recharge. Overall, this sun transit into your 12th house offers an opportunity to step into the shadows, not in a negative sense, but to rediscover what lies beneath the surface. Foreign journeys, spiritual learning, and hidden strengths may emerge when you focus your efforts inward. Be vigilant about health and finances, keep your expectations realistic, and above all, trust the process of quiet transformation. This is your chance to align more deeply with your inner self, and through that, prepare for a more powerful rebirth in the months to come. For Cancer, the transit of the sun into Taurus brings a transformative period, as the sun rules the second house of family, finance, and speech and is now positioned in the 11th house of gains, aspirations, and social connections. This is a powerful alignment that emphasizes the fulfillment of desires, financial success, and enhanced social stature. This transit marks a time of prosperity and opportunity, provided they navigate its energy with wisdom and balance. This period brings favorable results in terms of financial stability and professional achievements. The second house, which governs wealth and speech, directly supports the 11th house, amplifying opportunities for monetary gain. Whether through salary increments, bonuses, or profitable business ventures, you are likely to witness significant improvements in your financial status. This alignment is particularly auspicious for those working in fields requiring effective communication, such as public speaking, teaching, or media. Leveraging your speaking abilities or networking skills can yield substantial rewards. For some, financial support may also come from family or joint family resources, reinforcing familial ties. The 11th house signifies gains through social connections and professional networks, and this transit is an excellent time for expanding your influence. You may receive recognition for your past efforts, particularly from influential individuals or seniors in your workplace. Opportunities for collaborations and partnerships are likely to arise, and these alliances can pave the way for long-term benefits. Elder siblings, mentors, or close associates may play pivotal roles in your career advancement, offering guidance and support that helps you achieve your ambitions. Cancer individuals with businesses may find this an ideal time for investments or initiating projects, as the results are likely to be favorable. Personal relationships, too, are positively influenced by this transit. Family gatherings, celebrations, or reunions may bring joy and foster a sense of belonging. This period is ideal for strengthening bonds with loved ones and sharing quality moments with friends and family. While this transit promotes harmony, it also advises caution in relationships. Ego clashes or impulsive reactions could disrupt the peace, especially in romantic partnerships or marital bonds. Maintaining respect and understanding with your partner is essential to avoid misunderstandings. The sun's transit in Taurus highlights the fulfillment of desires. Many Cancer individuals may see long-cherished ambitions come to fruition during this period. Whether it's achieving a professional milestone, receiving an award, or embarking on a long-awaited venture, this is a time of accomplishment. The transit also emphasizes the importance of discernment in associations. While socializing and networking can open doors, it is important to evaluate the intentions and reliability of those you engage with. Avoid falling prey to false promises or exaggerated expectations. From a financial perspective, this transit forms a powerful wealth combination. With the second house ruler placed in the 11th house, the flow of income and profits is strongly supported. Investments made during this period are likely to yield good returns, and you may even consider expanding your portfolio. Spending on personal desires, social events, or charity work may bring a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. While it's a prosperous time, maintaining a balanced approach to spending and saving is essential to sustain this growth. Professionally, this transit enhances your prospects. You may find that tasks and responsibilities are accomplished with ease, and support from colleagues and subordinates will be forthcoming. For those in corporate settings, recognition from management, or even opportunities for promotions may arise. Government or administrative support could also play a role in your success. Business owners, on the other hand, may experience increased profits and opportunities to expand their operations. Networking with influential people during this time can lead to collaborations that prove fruitful in the long term. Travel opportunities may also feature prominently during this transit. Some Cancer individuals might undertake business-related journeys, including potential overseas trips, which can bring favorable outcomes. Whether for professional or personal reasons, these travels are likely to be rewarding and enriching. The Sun's aspect on the 5th house of children and creativity encourages bonding with children and investing time in creative pursuits. While your ambitions may demand focus, ensuring a balance between work and personal life will help maintain harmony. The Sun's energy supports clarity of thought and determination, enabling you to excel in educational endeavors. The Sun's influence may also make you appear more rigid or demanding, particularly in your interactions with children or younger family members. Striking a balance between authority and empathy is essential to maintain positive relationships. Health-wise, this transit generally supports vitality and well-being. However, Cancer individuals should be mindful of their diet and avoid overindulgence to prevent stomach-related issues. Incorporating regular exercise and mindful eating into your routine can help you make the most of this period. Eye-related concerns, if any, are likely to improve, bringing relief to those who've been experiencing discomfort. While the overall energy is favorable for love and romance, challenges may arise due to dominating attitudes or differences in opinions. Being flexible and accommodating can help strengthen your bond with your partner. For married individuals, this is a positive period to nurture your relationship and deepen your connection. Occasional disagreements may surface, emphasizing the need for open communication and mutual respect. This transit's influence on the 11th house also extends to personal growth and self-discovery. It encourages you to reflect on your aspirations and take actionable steps toward achieving them. Whether it's launching a new project, joining a professional course, or pursuing a passion, this is a time to invest in your growth. Your ambition will be heightened, and with the right focus and determination, you can make significant strides. Finally, this period resolves lingering familial tensions or disputes. If legal issues or conflicts have been affecting your family life, this transit's energy may bring closure and harmony. Many Cancer individuals will find that this time fosters reconciliation and peace within the family unit, creating a more supportive and cohesive environment. Overall, the Sun's transit in Taurus marks a highly auspicious phase for Cancer individuals, characterized by financial gains, professional recognition, and personal fulfillment. While opportunities abound, maintaining a grounded approach and focusing on harmonious relationships will ensure you make the most of this favorable period. Whether through financial success, career advancements, or the fulfillment of long-held dreams, this transit offers a golden opportunity to align with your aspirations and achieve significant progress. For Leo, the transit of the Sun into Taurus marks a transformative phase, bringing the Sun, your sign lord, into the 10th house of career, profession, and public status. This alignment represents a period of amplified focus on professional life, leadership opportunities, and public image. As the Sun gains directional strength in the 10th house, its influence over your career prospects and ambitions becomes particularly pronounced, making this a highly auspicious time to make strides in your chosen field. During this transit, you may notice a surge in your energy and confidence levels. These attributes will empower you to take charge in your professional domain and showcase your leadership capabilities. Recognition and appreciation from superiors and authority figures are highly likely, as your diligent efforts and disciplined approach do not go unnoticed. Whether you're seeking a promotion, embarking on a new project, or striving for recognition, the planetary configuration supports your endeavors. It is essential to balance assertiveness with diplomacy to avoid potential conflicts in the workplace. The Sun's placement in the 10th house emphasizes the significance of your relationships with authority figures, including mentors, managers, and even your father. Positive interactions and collaborative efforts with these individuals can lead to substantial growth and unexpected opportunities. This is also an excellent time to forge connections with influential people or elite groups within your industry. Such associations could enhance your reputation and provide long-term benefits for your career. For those seeking government jobs or roles in politics, this period is particularly favorable, offering the possibility of success through persistence and strategic alliances. Entrepreneurs and business owners will find this transit beneficial for expanding their ventures and building stronger relationships with clients. Politeness and effective communication will be your strongest assets during this phase, enabling you to solidify existing partnerships and attract new opportunities. Business trips undertaken during this time are likely to yield profitable outcomes, adding momentum to your professional growth. Those involved in family businesses may experience increased profits, while individuals in the corporate sector can expect financial gains and professional recognition. The influence of the Sun extends beyond the professional sphere, enhancing your personal life as well. Your relationship with your parents, particularly your father, is likely to improve, bringing mutual understanding and respect. This period may also strengthen your bond with your spouse or partner, as the stability brought by the Sun's transit encourages quality time and meaningful interactions. For single Leo individuals, this transit could provide the confidence to pursue romantic interests, though caution is advised when reconnecting with old acquaintances. The Sun's directional strength in the 10th house enables it to act as a source of clarity and focus, guiding you to address challenges head-on. Any ongoing issues in your career or work environment that existed before are likely to find resolution during this period. Your ability to analyze problems and implement practical solutions will prove invaluable, enhancing your productivity and efficiency. However, you must remain vigilant against opponents or competitors who may attempt to create obstacles or tarnish your reputation. Staying focused and maintaining integrity will help you navigate such situations successfully. While this transit primarily emphasizes career and professional growth, it also fosters intellectual and academic achievements. Students pursuing higher education, especially in fields such as political science, law, or research, are likely to receive favorable results. Competitive exams and interviews conducted during this period may bring positive outcomes, bolstering your confidence and setting the stage for future success. On the health front, the Sun's transit in Taurus enhances vitality and immunity, shielding you from potential illnesses. Your physical stamina and mental resilience will support you in tackling demanding tasks and maintaining a balanced routine. It is important to avoid overexertion and ensure adequate rest to sustain your energy levels. Practicing mindfulness and engaging in activities that promote relaxation, such as meditation, can help you stay grounded. This transit's influence also extends to financial matters, presenting opportunities for monetary gains and property-related benefits. Builders, real estate professionals, and those working in industries related to construction may experience significant profits during this phase. If you are involved in corporate or private sector jobs, financial rewards and career advancements are highly likely. Cultivating a positive relationship with your superiors can lead to sudden benefits or unexpected opportunities. Leo individuals engaged in politics or public service may find this transit particularly advantageous. The Sun's placement in the 10th house fosters success in political endeavors, potentially elevating your status through strategic alliances and influential connections. If you have a mentor, prioritizing and strengthening this relationship can yield remarkable results. Your ability to navigate complex dynamics with tact and foresight will contribute significantly to your success. Despite the numerous advantages this transit offers, it is essential to remain mindful of potential pitfalls. The heightened confidence and ambition that accompany this period may sometimes manifest as arrogance or an overly authoritative attitude. Such tendencies can create friction in professional and personal relationships, hindering your progress. Cultivating humility and demonstrating a willingness to collaborate with others will help you maintain harmony and achieve your goals effectively. Overall, the Sun's transit in Taurus is a time of empowerment and growth for Leo individuals. With the sign Lord occupying the 10th house, your focus naturally gravitates toward career advancement, professional achievements, and public recognition. By leveraging your strengths and maintaining a disciplined approach, you can maximize the opportunities this transit brings. At the same time, fostering positive relationships and demonstrating humility will ensure long-term success and fulfillment. This is your moment to shine. Embrace it with confidence and determination, and let your actions pave the way for a brighter future. Virgo natives will experience a powerful shift as the Sun, the ruler of your 12th house, moves into Taurus, your 9th house of fortune, higher knowledge, dharma, and long-distance journeys. This transit activates a unique combination of energies that blend the mystical, foreign, and spiritual elements of the 12th house with the expansive, philosophical, and life-guiding themes of the 9th. As a result, this one-month period becomes a deeply transformative time, ripe with opportunity, revelation, and a chance to reset various aspects of your life, both personal and professional. The 12th house, ruled by the Sun for Virgo ascendant, governs themes such as foreign lands, isolation, sleep, liberation, expenses, and spiritual wisdom. When this energy is funneled into the 9th house, your house of destiny, father, religious pursuits, long travels, and advanced learning, it creates the potential for growth through unusual or unexpected pathways. You may suddenly find yourself planning a journey abroad, connecting with distant cultures, or even pursuing a long-standing dream of studying or working overseas. If your dasha period supports travel or education, this could very well be the time when you clear entrance exams, secure visas, or receive approval for international opportunities. Even if you don't travel physically, mentally and spiritually, you'll be journeying far and wide. Your desire to explore higher truths will be heightened. There may be a sudden draw toward philosophy, astrology, psychology, or any form of learning that helps you understand life's larger picture. You may feel compelled to seek a guru or mentor, or perhaps become one yourself. Those in teaching, publishing, or writing fields may see their ideas take off now, gaining visibility and recognition. If you've been working on a book, blog, or academic paper, this is the time to bring it to light. The 9th house is associated with spreading wisdom, and the sun's brilliance here gives you a platform to share what you've learned. This transit also impacts your professional sphere. As the sun represents authority and the 9th house represents luck, you may now receive long-awaited professional support or a breakthrough that changes the course of your career. For many Virgo natives, this can be a time of promotions, prestigious opportunities, or sudden favor from higher-ups, especially if your work involves law, education, media, government, or foreign relations. Those waiting on promotions or transfers, especially in government or multinational roles, are likely to hear good news. Financially, too, there is improvement. Investments made in the past may begin to yield profits, and stuck money may finally be released. If there were legal delays or monetary losses previously troubling you, they are likely to ease during this transit. The overall energy is one of upward movement, of overcoming obstacles and regaining control. Interestingly, this planetary placement also improves your productivity and organizational capabilities. Your ability to focus sharpens, and you might find it easier to complete long-pending tasks. This isn't just due to luck, it's because your willpower and clarity of purpose are strengthened. The sun shines light on hidden matters, so anything unclear in your personal or professional life, especially those involving foreign deals, legal issues, or philosophical confusion, can be resolved now. This clarity will also help bring an end to unnecessary worries and mental unrest that may have haunted you over the past months. The atmosphere lightens, and with that, a new level of positivity takes root. In personal relationships, this is a time of healing and expansion. Your bond with your partner may become more meaningful as you explore shared spiritual values or undertake a religious trip together. If you're single, you may meet someone of a different background or belief system who significantly influences your outlook on life. Married life also improves, with more understanding and emotional commitment. Your partner might introduce you to their family or start discussing long-term plans. You will notice that the more you invest in your relationships, whether through time, gestures, or emotional support, the greater the rewards you receive, not only emotionally but also materially. However, this period isn't without its challenges. Since the sun rules the 12th house of losses and is now placed in the 9th house of father and mentors, some tension may arise in those relationships. Misunderstandings with your father, professors, spiritual guides, or senior colleagues are possible. Differences in ideology or generational gaps may become more pronounced. You'll need to maintain patience and avoid ego clashes. Speak with respect and diplomacy, especially with father figures, as disagreements could otherwise sour the relationship. Be particularly mindful during intense conversations. Your words could either heal or hurt. Health-wise, this transit offers a healing phase. If you've been suffering from any chronic ailment, you are likely to feel relief now. The 9th house being a Dharma house, and the sun representing vitality, this is a time when natural immunity can be boosted, especially through spiritual or alternative healing methods. A disciplined diet and regular physical activity will further support your recovery and overall well-being. That said, do watch out for issues related to the lower back or hips, and be cautious while lifting heavy objects. Charity and spiritual practices gain prominence now. You may feel a calling to serve others, especially the underprivileged, or participate in religious events. This is an excellent time to donate, volunteer, or host a religious gathering. Such acts will not only elevate your social reputation but also bring deep emotional fulfillment. These spiritual actions are especially significant because they align with the karmic influence of the 12th house being activated in the 9th. You are not only giving back materially, but also spiritually, which invites blessings and peacefulness into your life. Students pursuing higher education or preparing for exams will see a boost in confidence and clarity. Focus returns, distractions reduce, and the path forward becomes clearer. This is particularly favorable for those attempting to study abroad, apply for scholarships, or finalize long-distance academic plans. If you've been struggling with a lack of direction or motivation, this transit can be the spark you need to realign with your goals. In conclusion, the sun's movement into Taurus for Virgo ascendants creates a remarkable time of transformation and elevation. Your inner world expands through outer opportunities. Whether through spiritual exploration, foreign travel, or academic pursuits, this transit offers you the chance to rise above limitations and step into a more enlightened and purposeful phase of life. Keep your ego in check, nurture your relationships with mentors and father figures, and stay aligned with your values. With conscious action, this period will not only open doors but also prepare you to walk through them with wisdom, grace, and renewed strength. For Libra, the transit of the Sun through Taurus is set to bring a mix of challenges and opportunities. As the ruler of your 11th house of gains, income, and social networks, the Sun is moving into your 8th house of transformation, sudden events, and hidden knowledge. This combination creates a unique period that encourages deep introspection and cautious navigation of life's uncertainties. During this transit, the 8th house's emphasis brings hidden aspects of life to the forefront. You may find yourself drawn to uncovering occult knowledge or exploring spiritual practices such as meditation or astrology. If you have been contemplating diving into research, this is a favorable time. The Sun illuminates this area of your chart, revealing secrets and enabling you to gain valuable insights. This process can be emotionally intense and may require you to confront issues you've been avoiding. Personal growth is possible if you embrace this opportunity for self-reflection and healing. Financially, this transit can be unstable. The 8th house often signifies joint finances, inheritances, or sudden monetary shifts. While there is potential for gains, particularly from shared assets or ancestral property, the risk of unexpected expenses is high. You may find yourself spending more on health, legal matters, or even courses and retreats that align with the 8th house themes. Caution is advised in speculative investments, as they are unlikely to yield favorable results. Monitor your bank balance carefully and avoid unnecessary extravagance during this period. Professionally, the Sun's transit through the 8th house can bring mixed outcomes. On the positive side, your ability to analyze situations with a clear and unbiased mind will be a strength. This is a good time to engage in detailed and complex work, particularly if your career involves research, investigation, or delving into the unknown. However, challenges may arise, including delays, misunderstandings, or tension with colleagues and superiors. Avoid imposing your views on others, as this could harm your professional reputation. Submitting your work on time and maintaining a cooperative attitude will help you navigate this period more effectively. In terms of relationships, this transit can be both revealing and transformative. While you may enjoy a deeper understanding with your partner or family, there is also the potential for misunderstandings due to harsh or abrupt communication. It is important to approach sensitive topics with care and maintain open, honest dialogue to avoid conflicts. If tensions arise, patience and empathy will be your greatest allies in preserving harmony. Health-wise, the 8th house's activation underscores the need for vigilance. This period may bring health concerns, particularly related to stress, headaches, or digestive issues. Take proactive steps to maintain your well-being by staying hydrated, eating a balanced diet, and engaging in regular physical activity. Practices such as meditation can be particularly beneficial, helping you manage stress and uncover hidden strengths within yourself. This is an excellent time to break unhealthy habits or addictions that have been affecting your physical and mental health. The Sun's transit also brings to light the interplay between the 11th and 8th houses. The 11th house governs aspirations and gains, while the 8th house represents transformations and losses. This dynamic suggests that your desires and efforts during this period will be channeled towards achieving the 8th house's themes. For instance, you may spend money on acquiring knowledge in astrology or meditation, or you might invest time and resources in resolving inheritance-related matters. While these endeavors can be fruitful in the long run, they may also strain your finances temporarily. Ensure that any significant investments or decisions are well thought out and aligned with your long-term goals. For those engaged in creative fields such as writing or research, this transit offers opportunities for breakthroughs and achievements. If your work involves delving into deep or secretive subjects, you may experience significant progress. However, the influence of Saturn's aspect on the Sun during this period advises patience and persistence. Saturn's energy can slow down progress, but it also ensures that the results of your efforts are enduring and well-earned. One critical aspect of this transit is the Sun's direct influence on your 2nd house of speech and family. While this aspect can enhance your ability to articulate your thoughts and assert your views, it may also lead to harsh or abrupt communication. Be mindful of your words, as impulsive remarks can strain relationships, both at home and in the workplace. Maintaining a balance between confidence and humility will help you navigate social interactions more smoothly. The 8th house also governs longevity and transformation, making this transit a time of significant personal evolution. Whether through introspection, spiritual practices, or navigating life's challenges, you have the opportunity to emerge stronger and more resilient. The lessons you learn during this period can help you overcome self-doubt, anxiety, and uncertainty about your future. Libra individuals involved in the mining industry, research, or any field requiring deep investigation may find unique opportunities for growth. However, for most, this transit's financial implications demand caution. Avoid taking unnecessary risks or indulging in speculative ventures. Instead, focus on building your skills and preparing for future opportunities. If you are considering a career change, Take time to evaluate your options carefully before making any hasty decisions. This transit also brings a focus on ancestral matters. You may need to address issues related to inheritance, property, or family legacy. While these situations can be complex, they also provide a chance to strengthen family bonds and resolve lingering disputes. Approach such matters with sensitivity and a clear sense of purpose. Overall, the Sun's transit through Taurus for Libra individuals is a period of transformation, introspection, and cautious growth. While challenges related to finances, health, and relationships may arise, this transit also offers opportunities for personal development and spiritual awakening. By maintaining patience, practicing self-care, and focusing on long-term goals, you can navigate this phase with resilience and emerge wiser and more empowered. For Scorpio, the transit of the Sun into Taurus marks a significant shift as it moves into your 7th house, the house of partnerships, marriage, and public dealings. At the same time, the Sun is the ruler of your 10th house, the house of career, public image, authority, and status. This dual influence makes this a transit that impacts both your professional life and personal relationships in deep and complex ways. While this period offers opportunities for expansion and assertiveness, it also comes with challenges, especially in maintaining balance, harmony, and tact. The Sun's movement into your 7th house directly aspects your 1st house, which means your identity, physical health, and personal presence are illuminated and strengthened. You will likely feel a surge of confidence, vitality, and inner strength. This period enhances your stamina and boosts your ability to recover from physical or emotional stress. If you have been feeling low or unwell, this transit helps you bounce back with renewed energy. Your aura becomes more commanding, and others may notice a stronger sense of purpose and determination in your presence. This makes it a time of enhanced personal magnetism, leadership potential, and greater influence in public interactions. In the professional area, the Sun's aspect on your 1st house along with its 10th house rulership brings a desire for recognition and status. If you are employed, especially in leadership, managerial, or government roles, this period can bring promotion, rewards, or a prestigious project. You are likely to be more ambitious and driven to prove your worth. However, your straightforward and dominant approach might not always sit well with your superiors or colleagues. A key caution here is ego. The Sun, being a natural malefic and the Karaka of ego, when transiting through the house of others, 7th, can cause friction in how you relate to people, particularly those you work with or share authority with. If you allow your ego to dominate, it may lead to humiliation or conflict with authority figures. So, while this period boosts your leadership capacity, it also requires that you act with humility and emotional intelligence. If you are in business, this is a powerful and positive time. The 10th Lord coming into the 7th house supports entrepreneurial pursuits, especially partnerships and joint ventures. If you've been contemplating starting a business, the transit window from mid-May to mid-June is ideal to launch your plans. It's also excellent for those already in business. You may find good investors, new collaborations, or significant expansion during this period, particularly if your work involves public dealing, consulting, diplomacy, travel, or legal advisory roles. This transit supports growth and reputation building. You will feel more authoritative and capable in negotiation settings. But again, maintaining diplomacy is vital to avoid disputes. Your personal relationships come into full focus during this transit. The Sun in the 7th house draws attention to marriage, romantic partnerships, and all forms of close one-on-one interactions. You may evaluate the quality and balance in your existing relationships or attract a significant new partnership. If you are single, this is a period when someone may enter your life through professional settings or social gatherings. In fact, since the 10th Lord is now influencing the 7th house, many of these relationships could originate from the workplace. If you are already in a relationship and are considering marriage, this transit provides the support to take the next step forward. However, not everything is smooth when the Sun sits in the 7th house. This is the house of others, and the Sun is inherently individualistic. This can lead to ego clashes, control issues, and dominant struggles within close partnerships. If you're married, you may find that conflicts arise not necessarily due to major problems but due to pride, inflexibility, or lack of mutual respect. This can create distance between you and your spouse. Even small issues could snowball into larger arguments if not handled with patience and empathy. It's important to practice active listening, allow space for the other person's point of view, and remember that cooperation is key to sustaining relationships during this time. The Sun's fiery nature and its placement in the house of intimacy can stimulate desires that seek validation or excitement outside of committed relationships. These liaisons, while seemingly exciting, can lead to complicated entanglements and long-term consequences. For those in committed partnerships, maintaining transparency and emotional closeness will help protect the sanctity of the relationship. On a more psychological level, this transit pushes you to question how much space you allow others to have in your life, and how much you expect to control or dominate situations. It's a perfect time to develop emotional maturity by acknowledging that strength doesn't lie in overpowering others but in understanding, empathy, and cooperation. Let this transit be your training ground for becoming not just a stronger leader, but also a more effective partner, both personally and professionally. Financially, this period holds a lot of promise, especially for business owners. If you're involved in trade, consultancy, freelancing, or any client-oriented services, expect a surge in demand. You may also receive attractive offers or new contracts that enhance your income. However, make financial decisions cautiously. If you are planning investments, especially in partnership ventures, be sure to consult experts or elders before signing anything. Avoid being overly impulsive or swayed by others' enthusiasm. In terms of health, the sun's aspect on your first house boosts immunity and helps you overcome existing ailments, particularly those related to vitality, fatigue, or low energy. However, you may also be prone to stress, anxiety, and digestive issues, especially due to the pressure of balancing personal and professional expectations. Watch your diet, reduce salty, spicy, and oily foods, and hydrate well. Back pain or abdominal discomfort may trouble some of you. To maintain physical and mental wellness, incorporate meditation or calming physical routines into your daily schedule. Overall, the transit of the Sun through Taurus brings mixed results for Scorpio individuals. Opportunities for growth, visibility, and relationship development are abundant, but they come with the challenge of managing ego, assertiveness, and emotional intensity. Use this time to strengthen existing partnerships, form beneficial alliances, and show your leadership capabilities without falling into the trap of control or rigidity. Whether in love or in career, the key to unlocking the blessings of this transit lies in your ability to collaborate without domination, lead without arrogance, and connect without expectation. If you succeed in doing that, this can be a transformative period that brings long-term rewards. Sagittarius individuals will experience a shift of energy as the Sun, ninth Lord of Fortune, Dharma, and Divine Grace moves into Taurus, their sixth house, the house of obstacles, enemies, debts, disease, and daily work life. This alignment sets up a fascinating combination of blessings through trials, where fortune helps you tackle the burdens of daily life. Sun, being a natural malefic, is quite strong and result-oriented in the sixth house. Here, it grants you the grit and authority to overcome enemies, settle legal matters, and improve your health, but only if you're willing to face some initial heat. On the positive side, this is a time when your hard work and discipline can yield powerful results. If you've been struggling with competition, particularly in the workplace, this is a favorable window to rise above and prove yourself. Your seniors and bosses will likely notice your dedication and the effort you put into completing tasks on time. You will carry yourself with more authority, and that inner fire will help you push through ongoing challenges. If you've had legal or administrative matters pending, especially those involving government institutions, this transit can help bring closure or favorable outcomes. However, this depends heavily on your running dasha and the condition of the 9th and 6th houses in your chart. This is also a rewarding period for job seekers. The 6th house represents employment, and with the 9th Lord activating it, those who have been unemployed for a while may find themselves blessed with new opportunities, especially roles that involve government, authority, law, or management. For those who are already employed, expect additional responsibilities or a new role that helps you sharpen your skills and build a stronger professional profile. Some Sagittarius individuals might even feel inspired to start something of their own, a business venture or side hustle, as the 9th Lord transiting 10 houses from itself indicates entrepreneurship and independent karma. This is a very karmic phase, where the work you put in will echo into the long term, so act consciously. Yet, the Sun's intensity in the 6th house doesn't come without caution. This same fire that drives you can also burn you if you don't balance it well. The aggression and overconfidence that might come with this transit can result in unnecessary conflicts with coworkers, subordinates, or even higher-ups. The 6th house brings out confrontational scenarios, and if you don't manage your temperament, you could find yourself at odds with authority figures, including your father, bosses, or mentors. Disagreements with father figures or elder guides may stem from ego clashes or ideological differences, especially if your dasha isn't favorable. So, while this transit empowers you, it also tests your humility and ability to handle criticism. On the physical front, the 6th house deals with health, and while the Sun's presence can help you fight off old ailments with new discipline, it can also trigger issues if you ignore your body. The most vulnerable areas will be your stomach, digestion, joints, and possibly your eyes. Stick to a clean, Regulated diet and avoid heavy, spicy, or junk foods, especially if you already deal with acidity or digestive problems. Incorporating sunlight, fresh air, and early morning routines into your schedule will do wonders. If you've been managing any chronic condition, this is a good time to actively seek treatment. Students from Sagittarius sign will find this transit particularly energizing, especially those preparing for competitive exams or seeking government or high-profile corporate jobs. Your mental strength and perseverance will be high, giving you the edge to focus and push past distractions. The 6th house represents competition and the ability to endure pressure. So if your goals are clearly defined and you're willing to commit, this is an excellent time to make strides in education or career advancements. Interestingly, this transit may also bring back money that was previously stuck, perhaps a long overdue refund, reimbursement, or repayment of a loan given to someone else. If you've been tangled in legal battles or financial disputes, this period may offer resolution in your favor. However, on the flip side, it is strongly advised to avoid taking fresh loans during this time. Financial planning must be strict, especially since the sun here can also stir up losses if you're careless. If you're involved in business, particularly the metals or jewelry trade, be wary of employee negligence or mistakes that could lead to losses. The 6th house can bring problems from staff or hidden enemies, so you must double-check operations, accounts, and workplace dynamics. In your personal life, this transit brings both resolve and restlessness. While you're capable of dealing with emotional or family-related conflicts maturely, you might find yourself becoming more reactive. Avoid impulsive decisions or arguments, especially with close family or friends who oppose your views. Your energy is high, but your patience might be low, so don't let temporary friction damage long-term bonds. The key is to be assertive, not aggressive, and to use this fire to protect peace, not disrupt it. Mentally, this transit may create a certain degree of unease or agitation. You might feel that you're being tested constantly or that small things irritate you more than usual. If you don't allow these feelings to settle down through introspection or physical activity, it can lead to mental burnout. Meditation can all help ground you. Travel should be minimized during this phase, unless absolutely necessary. The energy of the 6th house isn't very supportive for safe, smooth travel. Overall, the transit of the sun in Taurus is a powerful yet complex period for Sagittarius individuals. It brings opportunities for job, resolution of legal or health issues, and overcoming competitors, but only through effort, structure, and inner discipline. If your dasha is favorable, this can be a transformative phase that helps you reclaim your power. If your dasha is unfavorable, it may feel like a series of trials. In both cases, this is not a passive transit. This is a call to action. Rise to the occasion, but rise with strategy, patience, and the willingness to listen. Whether you win or learn, this period pushes you forward on your karmic path. Capricorn individuals will experience a blend of intensity and transformation, especially in areas linked to creativity, romance, education, and children, during the sun's transit through Taurus. Since the sun rules your 8th house, the house of sudden events, transformation, secrets, and deep knowledge, and it is now transiting your 5th house, this period carries a potent combination of hidden strength illuminating your more expressive and visible domains. The 5th house governs love affairs, progeny, artistic creativity, speculative investments, and intellectual pursuits. With the 8th lord moving through this space, many things that had been lying dormant or unacknowledged may now emerge in unexpected but meaningful ways. This is a time where your intellect, research-oriented mindset, and knack for diving deep into subjects can shine brightly. You may find yourself drawn to esoteric knowledge or subjects that require concentration and deep thought, such as astrology, mysticism, tantra, psychology, or occult sciences, and the impulse to share this knowledge could emerge naturally. Teaching or mentoring in any of these fields can be deeply rewarding and may even come to you suddenly, without prior planning. Your 5th house also represents how you express yourself to the public, and during this period, you might start a YouTube channel, course, or blog to share your unique wisdom, attracting a niche audience that appreciates depth and authenticity. This transit can also mark a sudden romantic development. You might enter into a passionate love affair unexpectedly, or existing romantic dynamics may deepen into something more intense and transformative. However, ego clashes or emotionally charged misunderstandings are possible if you don't remain grounded. The influence of the 8th lord can bring possessiveness or control issues into relationships. You may be more emotional and reactive than usual, especially when your feelings aren't acknowledged in the way you expect. Miscommunication or the inability to express vulnerable emotions clearly can lead to distance or rifts with your partner. It's important to communicate openly, maintain humility, and not take every issue too personally. If you are married, children will become a focal point. Those expecting childbirth may experience sudden developments, or even early delivery. The Sun in the 5th house can indicate that your child could receive recognition or make significant academic or personal progress. However, the same energy can also make children more assertive or rebellious. They might become more demanding or stubborn, seeking validation in ways that challenge your patience. Diplomacy and emotional intelligence are essential here, especially if you are trying to discipline or guide your child during this time. Financially, the Sun's 7th aspect to the 11th house of income, gains, and social connections is a positive one. This indicates new opportunities to boost your earnings, possibly through unconventional means like investments, online businesses, stock trading, or through alliances with influential individuals. If you're active in the stock market or planning to be, this is a favorable window, but caution is advised. Since the 8th house also rules risk, speculative gains can come just as quickly as losses. Avoid reckless investments or gambling on uncertain returns. Instead, focus on educated, research-based financial decisions, and the returns could be substantial. From a career perspective, this transit may bring some unexpected recognition. You might be dealing with a challenging project that requires your full intellectual and creative prowess. Though initially overwhelming, this task will allow you to showcase your capability, and success here could lead to a change in designation or a promotion. Your analytical depth, attention to detail, and ability to see what others miss will be noticed. However, professional relationships could become tense if you become too authoritative or critical. Maintain a cooperative tone with colleagues and seniors. Temper control and emotional discipline are essential now. Hasty reactions or angry outbursts can derail your momentum and harm your reputation. Students, especially those pursuing higher studies or preparing for competitive exams, will benefit from this transit. Your focus and drive will improve, and you are likely to experience bursts of creative insight. Subjects that require memorization, analysis, or deep comprehension will come more easily. Those planning to pursue education abroad or research-based fields will find this an opportune time to apply or make progress in their goals. On the emotional and psychological level, this transit can bring an increase in sensitivity. You may feel more sentimental than usual, and even small things can affect your mood. Old memories or past emotional wounds may resurface, especially those related to past love affairs, lost opportunities, or unresolved childhood issues. Rather than avoiding them, this is a time to confront and heal them. Activities like journaling, therapy, meditation, or spiritual practices can be incredibly helpful in navigating these undercurrents. Your relationship with father figures or authority in your life may also become strained during this time. The Sun represents father and authority, and when placed in an uncomfortable house relative to its rulership, here, the 8th house moving into the 5th, misunderstandings or ideological differences can surface. Either you or the father figure may become rigid or overly critical, leading to emotional distance. Try to resolve these issues with calm and clarity rather than confrontations. Health-wise, this is not the time to ignore your diet or stress levels. The 5th house rules the digestive system, and with the 8th house's hidden ailments influencing it, stomach issues, indigestion, or inflammation could trouble you, especially if you consume junk, fried, or overly spicy food. Meditation will be particularly beneficial to center your emotions and maintain psychological balance. Your hobbies or creative passions might also take on a professional dimension. Something you once did just for joy, like painting, dance, poetry, singing, or content creation, can now be transformed into a monetizable skill or profession. Take this opportunity seriously, as the 8th house's influence often brings long-term transformation disguised as short-term surprises. Overall, this Sun transit in Taurus marks a time of deep, meaningful developments for Capricorn individuals, especially in the areas of intellect, creativity, love, and personal transformation. You are likely to experience a surge of creative ideas, powerful emotional insights, and possibly even sudden fame or recognition in educational or artistic endeavors. Yet, alongside all these opportunities lies the need for self-discipline, emotional balance, and patience. Your ability to control your reactions and channel your emotional energy into something constructive will determine whether this transit becomes a period of elevation or emotional chaos. With awareness and strategic action, this can be one of the most rewarding and enriching phases. For Aquarius, when the Sun transits into Taurus, it moves through the 4th house, a house that governs home, domestic comfort, mother, emotional security, land, property, and vehicles. Meanwhile, the Sun is the Lord of the 7th house for Aquarius individuals, a house that signifies spouse, partnerships, public image, and business. This transit, therefore, sets the stage for a dynamic interaction between your external alliances, 7th house, and your inner sanctuary, 4th house, generating a period of both growth and tension. This is a month that brings a blend of challenges and opportunities, especially in the areas of home life, professional standing, relationships, and health. This transit tends to throw a spotlight on your domestic life. The Sun's energy can magnify existing issues within the home or highlight matters that need resolution, particularly concerning your relationship with your mother or other family members. You may find yourself asserting your dominance more often in family situations, perhaps out of a desire to take charge or improve conditions, but this can also create friction if not handled with emotional sensitivity. It's essential to find a balance between leading and listening. There could be moments when your sense of control is challenged, especially if you try to impose decisions or override others' opinions at home. The tendency to over-involve yourself in household affairs or adopt a critical tone can spark resistance from family members. If your mother is elderly or suffers from ailments related to blood pressure, cholesterol, or heart issues, her health may require special care during this time. Emotional tension could arise from worrying about her, and your mental energy may be consumed in caretaking responsibilities. Despite the potential for domestic tension, this transit opens the door to strong support from family, especially when it comes to professional and business matters. The Seventh Lord's movement into the fourth house symbolizes that partnerships, whether marital or business-related, are likely to have a strong influence on your domestic environment. If you are married, this could be a time when your spouse becomes more involved with your family, or even plays a supportive role in resolving household matters. If you are single, this is an auspicious window to initiate a new romantic relationship, or even consider marriage, especially if you are currently living in your birthplace or a familiar city. The connection of the seventh lord with the fourth house brings the possibility that a relationship could begin in a domestic or familiar environment. This is also an excellent time for those looking to start a new business, particularly something based from home or online. Aquarius individuals who have entrepreneurial aspirations can take bold steps forward during this transit. Partnerships formed during this time may be both emotionally fulfilling and financially beneficial. Professionally, the Sun's direct aspect on the 10th house from the 4th, which governs career, authority, and public life, offers significant opportunities. If you're employed in a government sector or looking for recognition in a hierarchical setup, this transit can bring promotions, increased visibility, or success in applying for government tenders or licenses. The spotlight is on your professional image, and the work you put in during this phase can elevate your reputation. If you're unemployed or looking for new job opportunities, there's a good chance of receiving encouraging news. You may find that your spouse also experiences a parallel uplift in their career, be it a promotion, new position, or an increase in income, which may lead to improved overall family morale and financial stability. That said, this transit is not without its emotional and physical challenges. Sun loses its directional strength in 4th house. The Sun, while energizing, can also bring stress, inflammation, or health issues related to overexertion. You may suffer from headaches, high blood pressure, or general fatigue if you overwork or don't manage your stress well. The Sun's fiery nature can create mental restlessness and disturb sleep, leading to burnout if not managed properly. It's highly advisable to engage in calming practices such as meditation or mindful breathing to regain mental balance. Be particularly cautious while driving during this period, as there is an increased risk of accidents or minor injuries. Mental harmony may also feel elusive. Even though you may receive professional recognition and familial support in certain areas, emotional satisfaction could fluctuate. Personal relationships may lack warmth or mutual understanding temporarily. There may be a mismatch in expectations with family members or your spouse, especially if either of you is preoccupied with career or health matters. Instead of reacting impulsively, use this time to engage in hobbies or creative pursuits that ground your mind. These will serve as a healthy outlet to channel emotional energy productively. For those involved in property dealings, real estate, construction, or the automobile industry, this transit brings the potential for significant gains. Opportunities may arise to buy, sell, or profit from land and vehicles. However, caution is required if you're planning to invest in property. Make sure all paperwork is clear and don't rush into deals, especially if you're feeling emotionally pressured or conflicted. If your business involves ancestral property, this could be a time when financial benefit comes through inheritance or joint family assets. Politically inclined individuals or those in public service may find themselves more engaged in civic matters. There is also potential for political progress or influence in government-related sectors. If you've been thinking of entering politics or a leadership role in your community, this could be the time to make your move. However, maintain transparency and avoid getting caught in ego clashes, as the Sun can also inflate one's pride, which may be detrimental to your long-term goals. Overall, this transit of the Sun through Taurus brings both opportunities and cautionary themes for Aquarius individuals. Your professional life is likely to thrive, especially if you're aiming for growth, promotion, or starting something new in your hometown. Support from your spouse and family can also be expected, particularly in business ventures or household responsibilities. However, you must remain vigilant about your health, temper, and emotional responses within the family. Ensure that your desire to lead doesn't turn into domination. The key to navigating this phase successfully lies in your ability to harmonize the assertive power of the sun with the nurturing, receptive qualities of the fourth house. If you can achieve this balance, the month will not only bring external progress but also inner emotional fulfillment. For Pisces, the transit of the sun into Taurus brings a complex blend of growth, challenges, and transformation. As the sun rules your sixth house, associated with debts, diseases, enemies, and struggles, and now moves into your third house of courage, communication, effort, and siblings. This is a period where the fruits of your efforts will come only after enduring tests of resilience. The third house is naturally associated with strength of will, risk-taking behavior, and personal initiatives, and when the sun transits here, it brings illumination to these areas of your life, encouraging a bold and dynamic outlook. However, because it carries sixth house energy, this courage is forged in the crucible of challenge. During this transit, you will find yourself taking more initiative in professional and personal matters. Your communication style becomes more authoritative, perhaps even intense. You may feel a strong need to express your ideas and opinions, especially in writing, speech, or media-related activities. Those involved in professions such as journalism, teaching, digital media, public relations, or motivational speaking will find the spotlight turning toward them. Your voice will be heard, and your thoughts will carry weight. Just be cautious not to come off too harsh or domineering, especially with those close to you, like siblings or neighbors. The sun in the third house also gives rise to opportunities related to short-distance travel, marketing, and self-driven ventures. If you've been waiting to launch a blog, YouTube channel, or podcast, this transit will provide both the drive and visibility. It's essential to approach such endeavors strategically rather than impulsively. Because the sixth lord is influencing your third house, your ideas may face resistance or criticism, particularly from rivals or competitors. Instead of reacting emotionally, take this as a chance to refine your messaging and communication approach. This is a test of your mental strength and adaptability. Relationships with siblings could become strained during this period. You may find them more argumentative or in need of your support. There is also the possibility of misunderstandings or disputes with neighbors or extended relatives. Handle such issues with maturity, and avoid letting ego drive your responses. Diplomacy and patience will prevent small issues from snowballing into long-term grievances. In family life, the sun's warm energy creates moments of bonding and romance. You may enjoy quality time with your spouse or partner, and even find ways to integrate your family into your professional world, perhaps by combining a work trip with a vacation. This blending of personal and professional life can deepen emotional connections and provide much-needed support in both arenas. For singles, there may be a chance encounter with someone through a neighbor, friend, or even on a social platform that sparks a meaningful connection. Still, you should stay grounded in your judgment, as the influence of the sixth house can sometimes lead to getting emotionally involved with the wrong person, possibly someone with hidden baggage or complicated intentions. Professionally, this transit encourages you to push boundaries and take calculated risks. You might be assigned leadership responsibilities or a new project that demands both strategic thinking and bold execution. Your efforts will not go unnoticed, and there's a strong possibility of appreciation from senior authorities. For some, promotions or long-pending recognition could come through during this period. Those working in fields like finance, investment planning, trading, or consulting may find this especially fruitful, as your analytical skills and decisiveness get heightened. Business owners will also benefit from this transit, especially if working in a partnership setup. The sun will inspire bold business decisions, and new proposals or agreements may offer long-term growth potential. Financially, while this is a time of gain, it may also bring some unexpected expenses related to travel, legal matters, or health. If you are involved in any litigation or legal issues, be prepared for extra efforts, as these matters may demand your attention. The transit also supports spiritual and philosophical development. You may feel called to take a short pilgrimage, visit a spiritual retreat, or engage in meaningful conversations that help you realign your goals. This can provide mental peace and clarity, especially if you've recently been through emotional or psychological distress. Past conflicts within the family may begin to resolve during this time, and an overall sense of positivity can be regained, though it will require conscious effort and honest communication. On the health front, the presence of the sixth house lord in the third can signal minor health concerns, particularly related to the shoulders, arms, or respiratory system. Be cautious of injuries or strain caused by overexertion or stress. It is advisable to adopt a balanced lifestyle that includes regular exercise, mindful eating, and conscious stress management techniques. Those with existing health conditions should be vigilant and not ignore early warning signs. On the bright side, for many Pisces individuals, this transit helps dispel lingering psychological disturbances or mental fatigue. You'll feel more mentally alert, active, and capable of handling challenges. Students, especially those preparing for competitive exams or looking to study abroad, may feel both pressure and motivation. Your hard work is likely to yield results, but you'll need to be exceptionally disciplined. Focus and time management will determine the quality of outcomes. Creative individuals in performing arts, content creation, or design may receive unexpected breakthroughs or collaborations that elevate their visibility and career prospects. Despite the advantages, it's important to note that this transit is not without its hardships. The sixth lord in the third ensures that growth is accompanied by tests. There might be quarrels, resistance, or sudden setbacks that test your mental strength. Litigation, small injuries, or disputes are not unlikely, but the deeper purpose of this transit is personal empowerment. Each hurdle you face and overcome will fortify your confidence and belief in your ability to shape your own destiny. Your endurance and courage will be sharpened, and by the time the sun moves out of Taurus, you may emerge as a stronger, more determined version of yourself. Overall, this sun transit through Taurus for Pisces individuals is a transformative period where courage meets conflict, and success is carved through sheer willpower. You'll be required to face challenges head-on, navigate interpersonal tensions with grace, and seize professional opportunities with boldness. While the path may be tough, the destination promises growth, maturity, and a renewed sense of purpose. As we conclude this episode, please remember that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference from the tropical zodiac. Individual predictions may vary, as every birth chart is unique. The influence of dasha periods and natal planetary placements can shape transits differently, both positively and negatively. It's essential to consider your own birth chart when applying these general predictions to your personal circumstances. If you'd like personalized predictions or have questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful astrology content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.